You can start playing D&D tonight. Yeah, you heard me right. Tonight. It doesn't matter if you've never read a rule book, you don't know anything about the game, you don't know the difference between a player and a DM and what this can do and what that can do. It doesn't matter. Now, that sounds kind of crazy and wild, but trust me, there are really only 5 things that you need to do to play and start playing right now. Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm new here. I've only been playing D&D since like the beginning of the pandemic, and only been DMing for about 1.5 to 2 years, and really only the past year consistently. I am by no means an expert on this topic. I'm just making this up as I go along and having fun. And I just want to share my experience, and hopefully you can also have fun with me. This channel is all about helping you, me, all of us new DMs just have more fun and run better games. Okay, so 5 things that you need to start playing tonight. Number 1, the most important, is friends. You're gonna need at least one other person, including you, to play. I understand there's a lot of people who actually do play Dungeons & Dragons by themselves. That's not what we're talking about. That's called solo play. That's its own video in its entirety. But to play classic D&D, you need about 2 people, you and one other person. Ideally, get a group of 3 to 4, including you. Now, why 2? Well, one person is gonna be what we call the player, and the other person is gonna be called the DM or Dungeon Master. That's enough to start. The DM is the referee or the scorekeeper, if you will. He's the facilitator of the game. You need at least someone to be the DM and someone to be the player. Now, that doesn't mean DMs that you don't play. No, we still play and we still have fun, and I think more fun, in my opinion, than the players. We just have a little bit more prep to do on the front end. So you might ask, where do I find these friends? Well, great question. And if you talk to anyone who's been playing D&D for any length of time, you know that finding friends and getting a group together is probably the hardest thing about playing this game. So here's what you can do. If you have anyone in the house with you, a brother, a sister, a parent, a spouse, a partner, ask them. It might sound kind of nerdy at first, but as they get to play, I found people find it really fun, even if they're really new to the hobby. If you don't mind hanging out with your coworkers a bit more, shoot them a text, or a Teams, or a Slack. Or finally, there are hundreds of message boards online, on Reddit, on Roll20, on Start Playing Games, with people looking for groups to play in. Now, some of those resources, like Start Playing Games, can be paid, so that is there. However, online forums are a great spot to look for new players and games. Okay, the second thing you need to start playing tonight is gonna be an actual place to play. Now, traditionally, we play in our living room, at our kitchen table. I've played in a bedroom before. I've played in an office space. You just need a space with a table. I've even played in the living room with TV trays. That also works. Really, you just need a dedicated space that's preferably relatively quiet that you and your friends can hang out in. And if none of that works, you can go to your local library and they have study spaces you can use. Otherwise, see if there's an open space in your office that you can borrow a couple hours after work. I even ran a game over text message one time, and that was very fun. So there's hundreds of ways to play. But if you do end up going the online route, I recommend getting something like Zoom or Discord or Roll20 or Alba Rodeo as a place to kind of gather everyone in one spot, because you're gonna wanna make sure that you guys can communicate well enough. Okay, the third thing you're gonna need is gonna be the core rules. Now, I'll tell you, you don't need this book. You don't need the big book, the 400-page book to actually start playing. That's helpful, and definitely get the book at some point and read through it, but you don't need that. You need the core rules, which you can find online at D&D Beyond. It's a free PDF, so you don't even need to buy anything. Great. The free PDF that has all the rules, everything you need in terms of how to play right there. It covers everything from ability scores to how dice rolls work, to how you create a character, to how combat works. Everything's there. Okay. Speaking of rules in D&D Beyond, the 4th thing you're gonna need is dice and a character sheet. Well, your player's gonna need the character sheet and dice. You're gonna need some dice and a notebook. So you can pick up dice at any local hobby store, game store, Target, Barnes & Noble, or Amazon. And all these are just a small set of 7 dice, a 20-sided dice, 12-sided dice, 10-sided dice, 8-sided, 6-sided, and a 4-sided dice. Or you can even use online rollers online. If you just go in your Google search and type in roll a d20, it will do it for you. There's also plenty of other resources like Roll20 that you can also use. And even D&D Beyond, the official website for Dungeons & Dragons, has its own dice roller built in. You will need to make a free account, but everything you need to play is right there. As far as character sheets go, D&D Beyond is by far the easiest way to jump right into the hobby. Their character creator makes it so easy and intuitive and walks you step by step. If creating a character is a bit too intimidating for you, They also have pre-built characters. You can go in there and just pick a class or hit random character and they'll spit one out for you and you're ready to go. Okay, the fifth and final thing you're gonna need to start playing tonight is gonna be an actual adventure. Now you have your friends, you have your place to play, you have gotten some dice and you guys have characters rolled up. Now it's time to actually play the game. So there are several ways you can get adventures. Number one, you can get a pre-written adventure, which comes in books. This is an officially published book by Wizards of the Coast. It's great, it's kind of long. You don't really need it to start playing though. So you could run a pre-written book. Or if you really want to get into it, you can dive headlong into homebrewing your own campaign. Right now, I recommend you find just a nice short adventure that you can run right now. And really, you don't even need a campaign. You just need a scene. D&D is filled with scenes. That's really all it is. All D&D really is a bunch of scenes stitched together to tell one long narrative story. So here's how a scene might go. You find yourselves in an old candlelit cellar. The stone walls are damp and the air smells like old wine and wet rope. There's a heavy door across the room, with a huge padlock on it. A dusty bookshelf leans crookedly in the other corner, half its books collapsed in a pile. And tied to a chair in the middle of the room is a goblin, sound asleep, snoring softly with a trickle of drool running down his cheek. What are you doing? And that's how I would set up a scene. Now I've given the players several things to do. They can explore the room, they can look at the bookshelf, they can try to wake the goblin up. They've given the player choices and things to interact with. Then players would decide what they're going to do. Oh, I want to look at the door. And I would read. You walk toward the heavy wooden door. The closer you get, the more you notice. It's old, reinforced with rusted iron brands. They are deep scratch marks around the lock, almost as if something was trying to get out. And that's kind of it. Then you just rinse and repeat as the character goes, oh, well, are there other signs of scratches in the room? You would say roll an investigation check, and then the game would proceed. Basically, what you're doing as a DM is you're just describing a scene, giving the players things to interact with. I like to give them 3 things. In this example, it was door, the bookshelf, and the goblin. Then they go and explore and interact with those things, and then you as the DM describes what happens. And the best thing is after you describe it, you just get to sit back and watch, and it's a lot of fun. As they start to say what they're gonna do or describe their abilities, have them actually go through and describe what it looks like when they do it. Remember, we're playing a role-playing game. We're playing make-believe. It is a game of numbers and dice and all this kind of tactical stuff, but ultimately it's a narrative story. And we want to see and hear and feel what your character's feeling in that moment. And if all of this is just still sounding a bit too daunting for you, don't worry. We have a free adventure written for you down in the description, so go ahead and check that out. It's gonna be a super simple, easy template to just get you started and going on your adventure. Okay, so yes, you can start playing D&D tonight. Grab a friend, find a place to play, grab those free rules and some dice, and run a scene. Have fun with it. There is no right or wrong way to play this game. Don't feel intimidated by, oh, well, I gotta be like Critical Role, or I gotta be like Dimension 20. That's not helpful to you, and that's not fun. Don't put that pressure on you. Just play and have fun. All that matters is that you're having fun and your friends are having fun. If everyone's having fun, it's good in my book. So don't stress about perfection. Just focus on fun and the storytelling. As a matter of fact, if you found this video helpful and you want to dive deeper into this, check out this video right here where we go through the whole new 2024 PHB. That's this book that I was talking about before. It has some awesome, great updates to the rules, and it honestly has made the whole game really beginner friendly. So if you're interested in knowing more, click on that video and I'll see you over there.